Hi guests and subscribers of this channel, this is TV King. The new 60-second episode surprised everyone. We saw how the agents were attacked by a toilet scientist, the destruction of the legendary agent squad, the appearance of a secret agent Boom, new toilet technology, and a lot of secrets and Easter eggs. Watch this video till the end, and if you don't want to miss the most important, I've analyzed every frame so you get the most accurate understanding of all the events in this episode. Here goes! At the beginning of the episode, we see an injured cameraman being repaired by two cameraman doctors. This is a brand new kind of cameraman, and we haven't seen them before in the episodes. Their camera is not much different from a normal cameraman's camera, and they have a special repair device. But look carefully where exactly the left cameraman doctor inserts his device. It's Boom's jokes again. In episode 56, we already saw cameraman messing with the toilet in a similar way, but now it looks very funny. Also look closely at cameraman who is standing to the right of the agents. We already saw him in episode 36. I made this conclusion because the color of his drink is exactly the same as in episode 36. Later we will see two more agents from this scene. But now let's continue. After this bizarre repair, the injured cameraman actually comes back to life and doesn't realize what happened to him before, and the cameraman doctors show him like. Right after that, we hear a small explosion, and it becomes clear that the agents were attacked by a small toilet, but the cameraman giant decides to play American soccer with the other agents. It's very funny to watch, and I want to say that I really like it when Boom makes the show sad, funny, and scary at the same time. Next, we see the giant speakerman using his very loud speaker to throw the toilet into the wall and it explodes. It is important to note that he did not want to play such games, and if you carefully analyze all the episodes of Boom, you can see that the games with toilets is a matter of cameraman race. Only they can, instead of war, have fun and fall in love, and for example tvman race on the contrary, is very cruel, and their task is to win the war and nothing more. But after one toilet sneaks into the agent's territory, not even 10 seconds later, a new team of toilets starts their full-scale invasion. But look at this. These are the two agents, speakerman and cameraman from episode 36. They are always together and symbolize the friendship between the two races, just like speakerman Titan and cameraman Titan did in episode 59. Most likely Boom shows us this episode on another location, which is very far away from the Titans. We can assume that all the events in this episode take place in Libya, as the terrain and architecture are very similar to the features of this country. Together with a small squad of toilets, the offensive operation is carried out by helicopter toilets, which are equipped with headphones and missiles. But look what we see! It's a toilet scientist! Fascinating, it can teleport, but I've said that before and it makes sense. I'll explain why. In episode 55, we saw a skull toilet that also teleported. And all of the technology that toilets have is primarily the invention of the toilet scientist, which means he 100% must have made the same technology for himself. But then one might ask an interesting question. Why doesn't the toilet scientist make it possible for G-Man to teleport? My theory is that the toilet scientist is the chief toilet, and he purposely didn't give G-Man the ability to teleport to be stronger than him. The saddest and most tragic moment in this episode is the destruction of our favorite agents, who for many episodes continued their fight with the toilets. And if you also feel sorry for them, please write in the comments. RIP Agent Squad. Now we can have a closer look at how the toilet scientist uses tvman's speakers that he stole from him in episode 47. They have a huge power, and we can hear a very high frequency sound. This sound also has an effect on the cameraman's camera, with which we see the new episode. After our cameraman fell on the floor, he sees the headphones and puts them on to save himself. But the other two cameramen did not have time to save themselves and fell from the super powerful sound of the scientist's toilet speakers. I think the sound waves from these speakers can destroy the operator's memory card, which is why it is so important that they wear headphones. But look at this shot more closely. While all the agents are in pain and can't do anything about it, we see another agent's legs, and he calmly walks on, despite the fact that no one around him can stand. I think it's the secret agent Boom, since only he could withstand that kind of sonic force. And the most interesting thing is that the headphones did not appear on the floor by themselves, but it was also done by the secret agent Boom to save the cameraman. Earlier, we saw him approaching cameraman in episode 47, and we didn't know why exactly he approached cameraman. Now we know that he helps agents to survive, and in episode 47 he probably approached cameraman to send him to the agent's lab and save his life. The most amazing thing is that the secret agent Boom in this series was originally shown as a normal person, but now we know that besides teleportation, he has the property degree of invulnerability against agents' weapons and toilets, it becomes very epic. After Boom saves the agent, cameraman rises up and we see G-Man flying around and destroying all the structures around him. Surprisingly, he hasn't changed at all since he was betrayed by the Astro Toilets in episode 60. He still only has 2 laser weapons left and the same black spots that were left after Titan cameraman hit him in the head with a jet hammer. Look at this now. Modified drones have appeared by the toilets, flying around and dropping bombs on people's dwellings. It's monstrously scary. I noticed that these drones are not controlled by anyone, or they are controlled remotely by radio control. With each new episode, it gets scarier and scarier because the toilets are getting ahead of the agents in inventing new and stronger technologies than before. On the right, you can see the toilet that we saw in the 54th episode, but its size has become much bigger. And if you look closely at the new inventions of the toilets, it becomes clear that they will soon have their own army of Titan toilets, and they will fight against the Titan agents, and it will be very exciting. But what do we see in this shot? It is an unknown toilet that has long guns on its hull, but unfortunately, we never got a good look at it because the camera turns sideways, and we see airships agents trying to leave the battlefield. But they are destroyed most likely by this new toilet, as the toilet scientist moves away and it can't be him. Also, it can't be G-Man because he has no missiles and shoots lasers, but could be the helicopter toilets that we saw before the toilet scientist appeared. But they flew away, and we stopped hearing their song, Skibidi Skibidi. So it makes sense that we noticed this new toilet that can shoot missiles. And now you see a very creepy and interesting shot. At first glance, we think it's just a toilet on legs, which is holding cameraman and coming towards us. But there is a very interesting make of this shot. His physique is completely reminiscent of the giant speakerman who was sitting on the destroyed toilet at the beginning of the series, and besides, after the toilet scientist attacked the agents, we didn't see his destroyed body, which means he could have been infected by the toilets. Originally, toilets could only infect humans with their song. Later, toilet scientists invented a parasite toilet, which could infect agents, and now we see that the giant speakerman was not only infected, but he was practically turned into a toilet. Next, we see the toilet speakerman giant tearing a small agent in two, and many might think that we see a trickle of blood coming out of his body. But that can't be. Agents are robots, and there can't be human blood in their bodies, so it's most likely machine oil, which is necessary for them to function properly. It's also likely that the agent at the beginning of the episode is drinking engine oil and not some other beverage. And at the end of episode 62, the surviving cameraman is attacked by a giant cameraman with a saw in his hand. The new episode is as epic and unforgettable as ever. Boom is preparing for us a legendary battle of two hostile sides. It will be hard to imagine how it all ends, but I want to say that on my channel very soon will be released a video in which I will reveal to you the approximate plot of the 63rd episode, Skibiditoilet. And that's it for now. What do you think? What are your theories? Thank you for watching this video to the very end. Like, comment, and subscribe. There will be many interesting theories and analytics of new episodes on this channel. I recommend clicking on the playlist or the videos you see on your screen. See you soon!